bring the babies out and show you in the sunlight. I had said I thought 2 were calico. I was wrong. They're all tiger striped. This one I call Chicken Nugget, and she wants down. I think it's a she. I'm not really sure. This one's Chicken Nugget. They're not very friendly yet. This one I call Chicken Sandwich, Chicken Sammy for short. This is Sammy. And this one is Chicken Fry. So we got, oh I know. So we got a nugget, a Sammy sandwich, call him Sammy, and a fry. And I don't know, it's like I said, none of them are calico. I just saw their head before with the 3 colors. So I don't know. I don't know if they're boys or girls. But I'm gonna put them back with their siblings. I tried them on kitten food yesterday and it was a no-go. So they're not ready yet. I think they're about 5 weeks. All right, I'm gonna put this baby back. I know. All right, it is time to pick black-eyed peas. You can see several that are really, really ready. Wanted to get out here before it got too hot. Oh yeah, these are all ready. Ooh, uh-oh, pulled the whole stem off. All right, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this job. We got 3/4 of a 5-gallon bucket. Becky came out and helped, and so did Olivia, so it didn't take us very long at all. And we will get at least 2 more pickings off of that little patch of probably this amount or more, so that is great. Becky's got a few things she needs to do this morning, and when she gets done with those, she's going to come over and we're going to sit down and start shelling these. But before that happens, I have some stuff I need to get done here around the house. If you saw my shopping haul video that was out on Wednesday, you saw that I picked up these sheet sets. So I am going to get the sheets changed off of the love seat and the couch. It's time for that. I'm sorry about Olivia's bird screaming. So what I like to do is I like to pull the old sheets off very carefully because they're covered with sand and hair, and then wipe down the couch with some pet wipes that I have, and then put the fresh sheet on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done right now. Well, I think I found a purpose for those flat sheets. I'm going to put them over the back of the couch. Olivia's like, what's the point of having a nice couch if you have to cover it up with sheets? And I said, that's because we have an Oliver. And an Oliver causes mischief, and he gets his hair and dirt everywhere. So I'm just going to do that. I don't think it looks bad. And I don't know if it'll stay on the back or if it'll just keep sliding down. I don't know, but I'm going to leave it that way and just see what happens. So now I got to get the love seat done, and then I got to get some other things done around the house. We got those peas shelled, and we're gonna have some of those with our supper tonight. Yum. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys an update on this frame. The next day after I put the antique wax on it, you have to wait 24 hours. I did buff it, and honestly, it didn't do anything. It didn't even take any off. So there's that. And then I decided I wanted it to be just a little bit darker. So I went ahead and just put a second coat of that antiquing wax on it. And I really like it. I think it has really changed up the look of this picture. And I think putting the antiquing wax on that yellow just toned it down and made it more of a warm color. And I really, really like it. And so there's the update on that. And then I have been putting a few touches of fall around. I went ahead and brought this little arrangement up from downstairs, and I have it over here. This is my little memorial table of my fur babies and feather babies that have passed away. There's Miss Virginia and Lucy and Pepper. So this is just my little memorial table over here. And then let me show you a couple other little fall things. I did this little arrangement last week in my last vlog, and you saw that. And I got this little velvet pumpkin at Dollar Tree, and you saw that in my video on Wednesday, and it fits in there perfect. And I love how it's got the same kind of tone of color as the turkey. So that worked out really good, and I'm really happy with how that looks. And then down here in this arrangement, let me shut my air conditioner off just for a minute so you're not listening to that air blow. I just put the eucalyptus that I got at Ollie's and the, what are those called? Pampas grass that I got at Joann Fabrics. I just put those in that little arrangement, and I really like how that looks. Up here on this shelf that's above my TV, I just put floral, fall florals in the little milk glass vases, and I'm going to put some fall florals in that little vase. I'm going to do that today. And then I've got over here on my stove, don't mind that, I gotta put all that stuff back in the closet. I just brought my turkey up and put that there. That's just sitting there for now. That's not gonna stay there. And then I kind of did a little bit something different on these shelves, but I want to kind of get a little bit more fall stuff on these shelves and do these florals up here. I want to take the summer florals out of those little vases and put fall florals in there. And then I think that's all I'm going to do for fall right now, because it is very early. It is very early for fall, but I do have this bucket here of fall foliage, and so I'm just going to use stuff that's in here to put little touches of fall around. The rest of my fall stuff is still buried in my seasonal closet downstairs, and I don't feel like dragging that out. But this was in my craft room, easily accessible, so that's why I have that. That was the same for the turkey and for the pumpkin and stuff. Those were just things that were in my craft room. So let's go ahead. I'm not gonna video it. I'll just show you what it looks like when I get it all done, but I'll bring you back, and it's not gonna be the final thing for fall. Like, it's gonna be completely different when I actually decorate for fall, but just kind of like this intermediary, kind of getting the taste of fall on my shelves. So I made the little flower arrangements in those two vases, and they're not exactly the same, but they kind of are. I tried to find matching florals to put in each one, but they're a little slightly different. And that's all I'm going to do on those shelves for now. Like I said, when I go out to do my full-on fall decorating, those will look totally different. But I've got those like that for now. And then the only thing I really did over here is I moved both of these wheat vases up here, and I took this plant, fake plant that was there, I took that down. Now I want to find something to raise, to elevate this so it's a little bit taller. I have something downstairs. I just haven't gone down to get it yet. And then down here, I moved that candle there, that autumn looking candle. And then down here, I put some florals, some fall florals in that little watering can. And that's all I've done here. And like I said, it will look totally different after I do my full fall decorating. You're crushing me. Well, happy Thursday, everyone. I've already done my chores, and I wanted to get on here really quick and let you know that I tried again to feed the baby kittens some kitten food. I bought them some canned kitten food, and they all ate it this morning. So, good news, bad news. Good news, they're starting to get weaned. Bad news, they're starting to get weaned. That just means we have to feed them probably, well, I'm just going to feed them once a day for now, and because I think she's still nursing them some, and probably in another week I'll probably have to feed them a couple of times a day. I can't leave cat food like kitten chow out there for them because the chickens will eat it. So that's why I went with the canned food. I thought it would be easier than trying to soften dry food and stand out there till they ate it all. So anyway, yay. And some more good news, which I'm completely shocked because I was really doubtful. Every month on the 17th, I weigh myself. I've decided I'm only going to weigh myself once a month because otherwise I get obsessed with the scale and then I get all disappointed because your weight fluctuates so much. So I thought once a month, that's it. I'm going to do it. And I've lost another 5 pounds in a month. I can't believe it. I really can't. I was like, you know, my clothes were starting to fit a little bit better, but then I still feel kind of bloated. And so I'm like, I really was like, I probably gained weight. But no, I lost another 5 pounds. So that's a total of 9 pounds in 2 months. So I'm very excited about that. And I hope it stays on this trend because what I'm doing is something I think I can do forever. It's just intermittent fasting. And I did do something yesterday that my daughter frowned at me about. And I have to be really careful because I do have a history of anorexia when I was in high school. And so I did 1 meal a day yesterday, that OMAD. It's called OMAD, 1 meal a day. And I did that yesterday. And it was actually not hard. So it's a little bit concerning because, you know, I don't want to fall back. I mean, it's been years and decades since I was anorexic, but I really don't want to fall back into that because that's just as bad as overeating. So anyway, I just did it yesterday to see if I could, and it was not that hard. So I might do OMAD 1 day a week or 1 day every couple of weeks, but I do not. Some people do that every single day, and I could not. I couldn't do it every single day. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on and share that good news with you. I was going to go over to the garden again and pick some of those little cherry tomatoes because they're ready, but it is very, very gloomy outside and they're calling for rain. So that's not going to happen, at least not this morning. This morning, I still need to do my devotions and to do my exercise. I like to walk for about 20 minutes. And then later, sometime later this morning, I have some things I need to do in the kitchen, and I will bring you guys along for that. There's not going to be a whole lot to do today, so there won't be much left on this video to add, but I did want to share that good news with you about the kittens and my weight loss. So that is very exciting. All right, I will catch up with you again when I'm in the kitchen. It's really thundery, but it doesn't look like it's going to be severe. Should have known it was going to storm because Bo always acts weird when it's going to storm. You can sense it. He's like our weather dog. Ducks don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind rain as long as it's not severe. I like listening to the rain. Ooh, hear the thunder? I went back and redid this little arrangement in the watering can. I did it right this time. I went and got some floral foam and I took my time and actually arranged it. Yesterday I was just kind of in a hurry and I just kind of stuck flowers in there willy-nilly, and I didn't really like it. It just didn't look right to me. So yeah, I went back and I did it right, and it's amazing when you actually, use the floral foam, how much that helps your arrangements look so much better. So yeah, I really like that now. Also decked this out for fall. I just put some fall foliage around the fox, and then I made this little fall arrangement in this little white pitcher, and I like that too. Well, it is lunchtime, noon, and I'm so hungry. So I'm frying up a pound of ground chicken. It's still frozen, so I'm just going to add some water to the pan, put the lid on it, and then just let it cook, and then I'll season it up. And I'm going to make me one of my cucumber coleslaw meat salads that I love, and apparently it's being very effective with my weight loss journey. So I'm going to get that done. I'm going to fry this up, and while it's cooking, I'm going to process up the cucumbers. I got quite a few cucumbers over there. I'm just going to go ahead and peel all of them. Of course, I won't eat all of them, but get them all peeled up. And I was going to have some little tomatoes with my salad too, but these are getting kind of squishy. Yeah, and it's still raining, so I guess I won't have tomatoes on my salad today. Sally loves cabbage. There you go, babe. Is it good? Oh, let's go see who's talking in here. What? That's his version of the Addams Family. Good job. Along with my cucumber salad, I'm going to have some of this pure leaf tea, unsweetened. I can drink it unsweetened, but I do like it sweetened as well. So today, I'm going to put in 2 squirts of the Sweet Drops Stevia. And that's plenty of sweetness, no calories, no carbs. All right, I'm going to eat my lunch, and then I'm going to finish processing those cucumbers. I just did enough for my lunch because I'm just too hungry. And then after lunch, after I get the kitchen cleaned up and everything, I won't film that because it'll just be too long of a video if I do. I am going to try a new recipe. They're keto no-bake cookies. And the reason I have to do no-bake is because my oven is still not working. Scott had bought, we put the tape across here to remind everybody that do not turn the oven on. He had bought a new part. Well, it wasn't a new part, it was a refurbished part, and it was less than $30. And it came really quickly. He got it through eBay. He put it on and it worked. And so Sunday night, Travis cooked his pizza in the oven. And then Monday, we did that big shopping trip, Olivia and I, and when we came home, I smelled just the slightest hint of gas in the house. It wasn't like overpowering or anything. I just smelled the slightest bit of gas. So when Scott got home from work, I told him, and he checked it and did like a soapy solution on it, and there's a tiny pinhole leak. So he took that part off, returned it, got our money back, and put the old part back on, and just so that the gas won't escape into the house. And now we're waiting on a different part that hopefully will work and is not defective. So in the meantime, everything I do has to be on the stovetop because I have no oven. So that is why I'm going to try this recipe for no-bake cookies keto. So that means low carb. All right, I'm going to make those keto no-bake cookies. And the first thing you need to do is you need to take a 3/4 of a cup of mixed nuts. I am using this keto mix. I got this at Ollie's a while back. And it doesn't say in the recipe to toast them, but I'm going to toast them because I like the flavor that toasting nuts brings to the party, as they say. So I'm just put these in a dry skillet, and I'm going to toast them over a medium heat just until you start to smell them, and then you take them off the heat. So when I'm done with this, I'll bring you back with the next steps of this recipe. Once the nuts are toasted, into a saucepan, you're going to put 1/2 cup of peanut butter or any kind of nut butter of your choice. Now, the only thing that with my peanut butter is I did not have any of like the natural peanut butter that doesn't have any added sugar in it. So this will increase the carbs just a little bit. But since I'm not doing keto, I'm just doing low carb. It's not that big a deal for me. So I'm just using what I have. But you can use any kind of nut butter that you have, almond butter, sunflower seed butter, whatever you have. And then you also want to put in a 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter. And I'm using my dairy-free plant butter. And you're just going to melt these over a medium-high heat. So I was checking my cocoa powder because that's the next ingredient, and it calls for 1/4 cup, and I just shy of 1/4 cup. So to this mixture, I'm going to go ahead and add some of these baking chips. These are sweetened with monk fruit. I get them from Chalk Zero, that company, and these are dark chocolate. And they got sent to me when the weather was really hot, and so they kind of melted a little bit. They did have a cooler pack in there, but was really hot when they got sent to me. So they did make it right. They gave me a $20 gift card to use because they guarantee their shipping. They guarantee it not to melt. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and melt this all together, and then you add to it 1/4 of a cup of baking powder, or not baking powder, cocoa powder, and 1/2 a cup of stevia sweetener, any kind of sweetener that you like, 0 calorie, of course. I like to use just the granulated stevia that I get from Walmart because I don't want erythritol. Is that how it's spelled or said? I think that's how you say erythritol. And a lot of the monk fruits have erythritol added to it, and I just don't like. I don't like that sugar alcohol stuff. It doesn't agree with me. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to a whisk to whisk in the next ingredients. Everything is melted, so I'm going to go ahead and add 1/2 a cup of my stevia. And here's my scant 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder. And you just stir that stuff in, and then you also add a pinch of salt, just a pinch of salt. So it's starting to come to a boil. So you turn off the heat, and then you stir in the nuts that were toasted. 1/2 cup of unsweetened flaked coconut. And a teaspoon of vanilla. And you just stir this all together. Now to me, that looks a bit too runny. So I'm going to add some more coconut to it. Now you are supposed to put these on a cookie sheet and put them in the refrigerator to harden up, but I'm afraid these would just kind of just go flat all over the place. So I'm going to add some more coconut to it. I don't know why it is, anytime I get a recipe off of the internet, there's something that doesn't go right. Sometimes I wonder if they don't give you the wrong information on purpose. That might just be me, but okay, that looks a bit more like it. That looks more like the regular no bakes that I'm used to. So I had put in about another 1/2 a cup of coconut. So I'm going to say put in a cup of coconut. So I'm going to get my cookie sheet prepped and get these scooped out, and I'll bring you back when they're ready to go into the refrigerator. I tasted it before I put the cookies out, and I thought it needed a little bit more sweetness. Didn't, because no-bake cookies are almost like candy to me, and so they didn't quite taste sweet enough. So I went ahead and added 2 generous squirts of this sweet drops, and it really made a big difference. They taste really good. I'm gonna go ahead and stick these in the refrigerator. I will have the adjusted recipe, the one I did, in the description box below if you want to give these a try. And this is how the cookies turned out. They were very good. I will be changing a few things in the recipe though. To me, they tasted a little bit salty, and I think it's because the non-dairy butter that I used is salted. You can't get unsalted non-dairy butter. At least I haven't been able to find it. And with that saltiness of the butter and then that pinch of salt I put in there, it was too salty for me. I mean, it's not so salty I can't eat them, but you can definitely taste the salt. So what I'm going to do next time I make them is I'm going to use coconut oil instead of my non-dairy butter. If you guys want to make these, I would highly suggest you either use coconut oil or make sure your butter is unsalted. And also, like I said before, I added a little bit more sweetness to it with that liquid stevia, and that made a big difference. I'm very anxious to try these again, this recipe again, because I think when I make those adjustments, they're really going to be delicious. But I have to finish these up, eat these up first, and so it'll be a couple of weeks probably before I get to make this recipe again. But like I said, I will put the adjusted recipe in the description box below, and I highly recommend that you give these a try. And this is where I'm going to go ahead and end this video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It did end up being 40 minutes. I didn't think so that this video was going to be this long when I started the day, but it just kind of turned into something a bit longer. But that's okay. I know you guys tend to enjoy my longer videos. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye, friends.